Good morning, everyone. You look like kind of sleepy. You may join the siesta team if you want. But now is a awakening team time, okay? So let's start with one question. I want to start with one question. Which is the right question that you do to yourselves when you are preparing content? When you are preparing your scripts, your production? What do you ask to yourselves? Do you ever ask things to yourself when you are preparing content or production or whatever in your media centers? Is that the right question? Do you think, what do I need is the right question? No? No? Okay. I think I agree with you guys. It's not the right question. Okay. Do we ask ourselves, what do we need? Let's think. What do we need? We need to reach out, we need to produce on such a way, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to work on that pattern, on that way, we need to planify, we need a lot, don't we? When we are planning, when we are doing plans and we are planifying our work, our tasks, our job as communicators, we actually are asking ourselves this, what do we need? But let me tell you that this is not the right question, neither. The right question is, what do you need? And with you, I don't mean you guys. I mean you, they need. What do they need outside? Do we really ask ourselves this? What do they need? What do you need at the street? That's the right question. I would like to start with something interesting. I would like to have a Volkswagen Adventist church. But since we have such issues the last weeks, I rather preferred the... okay, don't bother me. Okay, guys? So, how about having an Opel Adventist church? Why do I do these kind of jokes? Have you noticed the car advertisements in TV? Have you seen how they what are they selling? Are they selling cars?
Emotion.
You're very right, Wolfgang. They're selling emotions. They're not focusing in the car. They are focusing on what? How does the people feel? What do they sell actually? They sell safety, security, emotions, freedom. If you're buying a all-terrain, a 4x4 car, you're free. You do not need to be attached to a road. So you are free, man. Actually, what they're selling is selling you feelings, emotions. That's what they're selling. So they're focusing on the person who's driving. They actually make you to feel this, goosebump, pleasure. Yeah, you said that, eh? I didn't say that. They have, the people has a boring lives. They need emotions, they need things. Well, some of them, I know you don't. Me neither, I have no time to get bored, but you know what I mean, okay? The people need things, they need feelings, they need emotions. They are tired of their own lives, so they need other things. Enterprises, they're not selling things anymore like that way. You know, this fashion, this was very, very, very late in the 19th century, at the beginning of the 20th century. As much things you say about your product, better your product was, isn't it? My product is better than yours because I have these, and that. And when you give more reasons, the most reasons you have, the best is your product. That was the old-fashioned way of marketing. But it's not longer anymore. The enterprises are focusing in people. Okay? So let me tell you something different. Well, it's not different. It's what the people is doing right now. Enterprises are wide opening their eyes within the people. They're not trying to tell how good is their product. They're just focusing wide open eyes, focusing on the people. What do they need in order to match their needs with their products, okay? I want to ask you one question. Would you buy this hairdryer? Seriously, would you buy it?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Yes?
I need it very
Then I choose the wrong photo. Hey guys, would you choose? You don't. You need it. Let me tell you, I bought it. Anyway, this is the most powerful hair dryer in the market. This is the most fastest hair dryer in the market, but I am afraid that not everybody will buy this, okay? Why? Because it's too much power, too much whatever. It's an overdose of power. It's an overdose of information, probably. So, you know, my question is, are we blowing our audience away? Like the hair dryer? Are we doing this with our audiences? And it's a serious question. What are we doing with them? Are we giving them over information, too much power, like the hair dryer? I mean, are we trying to convince them with things that is not of their interest? I mean, who knows that we have 28 fundamental beliefs? Do they really want to know them? And don't misunderstand me, okay? Are we just achieving any goal without focusing on any particular goal or target? Are we achieving anything without focusing on people's needs? What are we achieving? What are our reports about? Numbers? Figures? What we are selling is probably the wrong thing. We are criticizing a lot self-supporting ministries, extra conservative people, but aren't we doing the same in a soft way? We try to convince others that our doctrine is the right one, don't we? We are trying to overwhelm others with our biblical knowledge, aren't we? We try to show up all the goodies of our religious system, all our achievements, our health system, our education system. We are the second people in the world on that. So we are overwhelming them with data, with information, but what are we selling actually? The question is, are we actually focusing in people's need? What do they really need? What do they care the most? Is our concern? What do we care the most? What do we pursue actually when producing things? What do we pursue? What do we want to achieve? To have the right reasons for whatever, or to meet the needs of the people that we have in front of us? In John chapter 4, verse 4 and 5 says, "And say to Jesus, Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. No, what do you say?" And my question is now for you. What do you say? Well, it's easy for you. You know what the story. You know how it comes up. But what do you say when we are thinking in producing something? When we are planning in these things, what do you say? Let me tell you that what we should ask ourselves is this: where did Jesus focus on at that moment? What did Jesus do? Where did he focus? Did he focus on the act of adultery? Did he try to demonstrate who was right and who was wrong? Did he try that? Or maybe he focused on what the woman really and actually needed at that moment. Where did he focus? Jesus did not focus in adultery itself. He focused in the woman who committed it. And he gave her what she actually needed. You know, it's not a matter of having the right doctrine. It's not a matter of having the best argument. It's not a matter of having the most powerful resources, which Jesus had. Didn't he? Does he? Jesus only focused on people and their needs. he just forgot about, well, he didn't forget, but he forgot, he did forgive, but not forget about the adultery, but he focused on the woman. Why do you think people were looking for Jesus? So many crowds of people were following him. Why? Because he was a very good contestant on Bible courses, on Bible trivia, because he was able to shut up these stupid Pharisees. Did they follow him because of that? Why did the people follow him? Because of this. Jesus only focused on people and their needs. They knew they had a resource in him. Whatever they needed was right there. They only had to ask him. Is that the feeling that people have when they watch our programs, when they listen to our radio shows? Is that what they see when they meet each one of us personally? Do we produce according to people's need? The day we do so, we're going to sweep the market of audiences. That's it. And that's all. Think about. How can we know about people's need? That's a good question. How can we know about what people actually need? Are you doing this kind of research before starting to produce anything? We should. And I understand that all of us do a kind of that, don't we? There's only one way to know exactly what people need. And let me tell you that we need to get out of our desks, our offices, and meet real people outside. Because I'm glad to meet you here, guys, once in a while, maybe twice a year in these kind of meetings, but I need to meet other people outside. I need to meet them. I need to talk to them, to people that I really don't know, real people. I don't mean that you're fake, okay? But I need to meet real people outside my office. I need to talk to them. I need to listen to them. And when I do this as a person, not as a communications director or as a pastor, as a person, then I will start to know their real concerns. And I will start to have a hint on what they really need. And that will be very helpful at the moment of producing. So it's a personal task. It's not a job. As a Christian, it's a personal task to go out, to have a walk, to sit around on a bench in a park and start to talk to strangers. It's something that you need to do. And I encourage you to do so. You know, this is a picture I took in Madrid. This is a Starbucks cafe, and I know this picture is very enjoyed by Victor. I was doing some shopping with my kids and my wife, and I suddenly looked down and I saw this, and I couldn't avoid it. I took a photo. This is a Starbucks. What do you see here? You see that, 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 you see that. What? Nobody is actually there. And this is sad. I can forward you the original photo if you want. You have all the royalties, no problem. This is an actual photo. It's real stuff. I just was walking by over there, and I just shoot that one, making sure that no one's face was shown. Okay, and this is something strange. How often do you go to church? Once a week? Twice a week? Oh, there are people, I've been told that there are people that even go 3 times a week. I don't know, but to the prayer meeting, on Wednesdays, on Tuesdays, or something like that. I've heard, I don't know. It's a good thing to go to church. We need it, of course. I'm not saying that anything of what I said is wrong. It is right. We need the best doctrine. We need it, okay? But how often do you go to church? Once, twice, maybe 3 times a week? And now the question is, how often do you go to your social media account? Several times a day. So let me tell you, we need to meet real people. maybe we do not have time to go to a park and sitting on a bench and talk to strangers, but we do have time for going to Facebook, to Twitter, and to other accounts, and to meet real people there as well. And it's something that is true. I was walking down the Portobello Road in Notting Hill last summer. You have that one too. And I found this sign, and I found it really very funny. But it's something real. No Wi-Fi in this coffee. Talk to each other. Call your mom. Pretend it's 1993. That's a good one. I can forward you the original as well. My wife was kind of upset. She was tired. And what are you talking? I mean, what are you taking a photo of that? Just leave me alone. Let me do it. She was tired. We had a long walk. But this is something very strange. I mean, I'm putting this here not because it's something that we have to achieve. It's what this picture tells us is that everybody is doing what we saw before. Everybody's now in internet, in social media, spending their lives in a fake way. But they are still real people. We need to meet them. Why don't we just start to have real talks one to each other? Talk to real people and to know about their real needs. How many of you have non-Adventist friends in their social media? I wouldn't say a name. The most of you. I will do it in a different way. How many of you do not have any non-Adventist friend in their social media? Okay, so the rest you just don't have social media. That's right. Each one of us has this kind of friends. Do you share with them every day, all day long, Bible texts, Bible verses, nice photos of Sabbath? Do you do that all day long? Whoever said yes, congratulations, man, but it's not the way. I mean, you talk about other things, don't you? I like to talk about motorcycle riding, which I enjoy. I have my own. I love to talk about communications. I have a group of followers in one place where we talk only about communications, and suddenly, out of the blue, they start following me in other places, and they start to like Bible verses and other things that I share once in a while. And guess what? It's right there where you start to know and to meet real needs from people. What do they really care? What do they publish about? Politics, an accident, whatever. And then you may find a chance to talk about whatever they really are concerned with a different perspective. Have you ever tried that? I have a workshop on that. It's not the time now, but this is the way. I'm serious. Talk to other people. Don't focus on ourselves. Don't think about what do we need as producers. Think about on what the real people need outside. And you have to find it out firsthand yourselves as regular person, not as communications directors or pastors or whatever, just as who you are, a friend of someone else. That's the way. And as soon as you start doing this, because that's what John the Baptist did. Remember what he did? Once in a while, he mingled with the people. Ellen White says that. He went down to Jerusalem, just sitting around and staring, looking at the people, observing them. Ellen White says that. Not preaching, just watching. So he knew what to say, what to talk about, what the people really cared. Do we spend time on that? Jesus as well did the same. Jesus listened to the people. And let me tell you, and I finish because I only have 1 minute. If we start to do as Jesus did, we will start to be a miracle in people's life as Jesus was and is. And if we do so, and we keep this in mind at the time of preparing things for our job, maybe our productions might become a miracle in people's life.